Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Razor from RazorTube coming at you with, you guessed it, another Rust Beta Monument Guide. And today we're going to be discussing the water treatment guide. Why is that? Because we want to. You guys need to know the information to get good. Anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys drop that sub and like. You'll expect to see more guide videos like this in the playlist on my channel under Rust Guides. Check it out. I'm part of Boyfriend Squad with my boy J Monkey here today. Say hello.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Have you been drinking, sir?
Nope. Anyway, so we're going to discuss the water treatment monument today. It is a Tier 1 monument which requires a blue card to access the loot room on the facility. Okay? Whee! I'm on admin on this server, so I can't break my legs. Alright, so we're going to discuss the loot, what kind of utilities are around the monument that we can use, and then show you around the structures that are located around the water treatment plant, and see what you can do with it. Now, right here, if you can tell, I don't know if you can see this really well, but let's see. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 water silos on the facility, which all contain like anywhere from a military crate to wooden crates or to barrels, all types of loot you can get with
I'm just being sneaky, you know?
yeah, you can get all types of loot from these crates, barrels that contain components for building, crafting, and playing around with in the game of Rust, right? So let me just show you around here, and we'll start by the 3 gas silos on the, what is this? The east side of the water treatment plant.
I'm like,
All right.
water treatment?
So 2 of these you can actually, well, 2 out of the 3 you can actually ascend quite nicely, right? You'll find like, well, there's none up here, but you usually find like red barrels containing crude oil and low-grade fuel. You find regular toxic barrels that contain your components, gun parts, building blocks in them. I'll show you what that looks like before we climb. Whoop. Typically they look like this. You'll see them all around the map, but they're scattered amongst the facility at the water treatment plant. Alright, so like I said, 2 out of the 3 of these you can definitely climb. This one, I'll just show you. This is the other one you can climb. They have spiral staircases on it. And then you have a special gas silo. Underneath it, you can get the loot crates. They contain food. Like you can tell here, there's a little wine glass and a fork on it, so you can eat up. Ooh, what is this? Ooh, there's black raspberries in this one, dude. That gives you a lot of health, keeps you really full. Because you need food and water and Rust to survive, right? So here we go. We got another crate full of water. Do note that before you enter any silos or the water treatment plant in general, you're going to need some red protection. Now, there are a couple hot spots that we'll run into along the way that I'll tell you have a certain radiation level that's higher than others on the facility. Yeah, I do believe you need 10 red protection to enter the water treatment plant.
Right.
Here I got the hazmat suit, and it gives me 50%, so I can go pretty much wherever I want on the map on it. But just to let you know, it's 10% to come on the water treatment plant in general, and there's a few other hotspots that are 25% that you'll need protection for. Okay, so I showed you this. I'm gonna kind of scurry around and show you the different types of buildings you'll see. You'll see like little utility buildings like this. You can enter, close the door, it makes it good for PvP. You can hide in them, camp, use it to like your tactical advantage. They do hold loot like barrels, wooden crates, and whatnot, so you can go around the water treatment plant and just hide and kind of wait for people to come by and get them and take their loot. As far as the water silos that I was talking about in the beginning, you can climb most of them. Some of them are broken up and there's catwalks to them. There's like a little mini jump puzzle, but nothing too like extravagant. But here you can see there's another wooden crate. It's got food. Now the loot roll here is just random, so whatever's here is here. You know, obviously, the barrels and the wooden crates aren't just married to one of the silos located inside the water treatment plant. You'll have loot scattered on the ground. There's even resources here such as cloth, food on the ground, and whatnot. And then as you make your way around the water treatment plant, I'll show you all the silos real quick, and then basically show you the other types of utility buildings that have different tiers of loot in them. We're heading to the west side of the plant now, and I'll show you. There's another little I call it the crab shack. It's just a kind of half triangle building. Typically, a lot of people and a lot of traffic go through this building because it spawns in like meds such as first aid kits, bandages, stuff like that. So you can see right here, there's a plus sign on here. So look at that, boom, large med kit. They'll camp in here, they'll grab that, and they'll wait for somebody to come in. They'll take them out and do whatever. Oh yeah, and I don't want to forget, it does have a intricate tunnel system underneath the water treatment plant, and we'll get into that shortly after I show you every single building around the plant. Now, although this seems kind of like, I don't know, simplistic, like, yeah, go to the buildings and get loot, get out. It's really not, because this is one of the most high traffic areas inside of Rust for a monument.
Oh, yes.
Since it's a tier 1 monument and it requires the blue card, you use the blue card to get to the red card, and that red card that you acquire goes to a tier 2 monument. So everybody tries to get that so they can go to like a place like launch site or something like that. Also in these little trenches, you'll see like random loot barrels, stuff like that, wooden crates and whatnot. You can traverse the pipelines that go around the water treatment plant too as well, so you can kind of make and switch up PvP a little bit. So you can kind of use it as a line to jump off and you know, kind of get the surprise on somebody and take them out. There's a lot of half walls here. There's a lot of full walls to hide behind. A ton of objects to PvP, so that's why it's one of the most PvP heavy spots on the map. That building that I showed you over there on the north side, that triangle building, there's one that's like a duplicate on the south side. They're pretty much lined up with one another. You can go to this side, but this one I'm not too sure if it actually holds like meds, but we'll go in here and we'll check out what the loot is. I haven't been here in a long time. So you go up these stairs, open it up, see what's in here. Nothing. But it is a good spot to snipe people out of. See, you got kind of like cracks like this you can peek out of, the kind of rotten buildings and whatnot, kind of get to jump on people, which is great, right? That's what Rust is all about. So do know, you know, when you come here, you want to bring a crossbow. You want to bring 6 to 9 bandages, put a sleeping bag on the outside. Now, the perimeter of this monument goes up pretty far, so it's going to, wherever you put your sleeping bag, you're going to be running along a little bit of a way to get back in to get your stuff. But make sure you put a stash down with, like, rad protection before you do it. Do note, too, that there is a ring road around this monument, so you might get a lot of car traffic. Also, that means a lot of road signs out here for you to farm if you put up a base here. This monument to put a base next to is pretty good because you get like all of the good things you would want from like playing Rust as a survival game. You get components that you can grind up. You can get food, cloth, nodes, wood, everything. Obviously, this is a procedurally generated map, so this could be spawned out in the middle of the winter dome. But for this seed, I got everything I need here for loot and whatnot. Now, as far as utility goes for this, there's a few things you can use at the water treatment plant. Okay, that if you don't have it in your base, you could use it here. Let me just take you inside real quick. Oh, no, that's the key code. We gotta go to the other one. We gotta go to the other one. All right, so this is kind of the large warehouse. That's what I call it. Or just like the warehouse building for a call out. If you're trying to like relate that to your friends when you're first getting into Rust. But it consists of 3 floors. Um, on the third floor, there's nothing on the second. The second's kind of got some peak downs, some stairs and whatnot. You can kind of like camp and wait for your next victim, or you can just go upstairs and use the utilities. And it does have a recycler, which you can see here, and I'll show you in a minute how that's used. And it also has a repair bench. So if you kind of get in a bind and you're far away from your base and you're just visiting the water treatment plant, you have a repair bench here for you that you can put your weapons in, just like this. Boom. You could reskin your weapons. You can do whatever you want. And make sure you just have the mats for it. But if you don't have the mats, you can use the recycler. Now, the recycler is a really good utility inside of any monument. The only problem is that since I was discussing with you guys that this is a heavy PvP spot area, you're going to need to bring a battle buddy. In this case, for example, Jade is my battle buddy. He's going to watch my back while I grind stuff up, and I'll show you how it works. So a recycler works this way. Take an item in your inventory, put it in the input, and whatever the byproduct is of that particular item ends up in the output. So for instance, I'm just going to grind up this sleeping bag real quick. So we got 15 cloth from it. Sweet. We can make bandages. We can make clothing with that for red protection. There's a lot of things you could do with the recycler. We do typically use it to get more scrap metal, which is the in-game currency inside of Rust. The more scrap metal you have, the more knowledge you can acquire from getting blueprints from items that you learn on a research table. That's typically like our motto: the more loot, the merrier. Okay.
Always.
So there's one building that stands out to me that I like looting first when I first enter the water treatment plant, because this is how I know when people are here. And I always call this the crank building, but whatever. It's basically the reason I gave it that nickname is because it's a 2-story building, has wooden crates on the outside, and it's got this wheel crank on it, right, for this garage door. Basically, you just hold the action button down, wait for the door to get to the top, and then you got to run in because it automatically closes. So,
oh no! No, it's fine.
There you go. But anyways, so what you can find in here is a pile of wooden crates. Gives you some loot, like 5 scrap and whatever components you need. And the infamous military crate that everybody's chasing. This holds your kind of end game loot. Like here, you got your SMG body for your custom SMG. Those are parts you need to craft those items. You got a locker. What's another kind of building block or storage piece other than a large box that you can acquire from here to go learn. So many things that you can get at the water treatment plant. And that military crate also spawns on one of the gas silos at the top, which has a very difficult jump puzzle on it, and that I fail miserably every time, so I didn't really do it for you guys. And then for the shiny, nice piece of loot at the end, you have that warehouse building we were in. Half of that is the tier 1 loot room that requires the blue card. Now, the reason why you need a battle buddy with you is because you need one person to put the fuse in, right? Because you need an electric fuse to put in the fuse box. That gives the power to the loot room door for you to be able to take your blue card and slide it and access the loot room. So in this case, I'm going to bring Jade with me. Once you put this fuse inside, the fuse has durability and it constantly goes down. So this green bar will constantly go down until it breaks. In this case, I don't care if I leave it here or not. And then me and Jade are just going to go over to the tier 1 loot room and I'll show you what's in it. Typically, this is where you're going to run into trouble. A lot of people are trying to get that loot, so the reason why you keep the battle buddy at the fuse box or whatever is because people are always trying to skis the door with a card. They'll make you waste your fuse. You'll go over there. They'll camp it out. When you come in, they'll get you, they'll kill you, and they'll take all the loot. Now, if you go to this 3rd story of the warehouse that we talked about earlier, here is the tier 1 loot room. So I got to run the card through.
Is the button on?
Oh,
Yeah,
no, I didn't hit the button. I didn't hit the button. Oh my gosh.
Got it.
So you
That's
see,
the other thing. Somebody could hit that switch on you while you're over here.
yep, and
you
they'll
know?
take your fuse too. So you seen this little keypad light up? Now you take the blue card, boom, and
And
you
you
can.
tell me okay,
Right.
and then I pull the fuse.
Yep. Once I tell him, hey, I'm in, he can pull the fuse. It'll shut
We
the
could
door
use it.
behind me, and we're
You can
safe.
use it again.
Yep, and we can use it again. We're not letting the durability waste on the electric fuse.
Now, if I'm back up here and I need to get back in, how do you let me back in?
I let him back in by just tapping this red button.
It's like they're killing me outside, quick!
Oh, it won't even let me.
Oh, okay. Well,
They must
is
have
there a
added that
switch
in.
in there? Is there a switch?
I don't believe so, actually. Hold on, let me look around. Get all the loot.
There should be a switch in there because you almost
There
always
is.
can pop it
Got
open.
it.
Whether it's a direct button or a switch,
Yep.
depending on,
So you got to hit the switch,
Oh, thank
and then you
goodness.
can open it for him. Now, okay, some of those hotspots I was talking about, this is one of them. The Tier 1 loot room, when you try to get the red access card from here on the desk, it's 25% rad. So you're going to need 25% or more rad protection in order to grab this red key card on that desk. Now, before I get into that and show you, you can just tell by this Tier 1 loot room how many boxes we have, how much loot you're getting, what components are going to be important to you as you progress through Rust. And then obviously the infamous military crate. What do we got in here? Ooh, tech trash. That's used for high-end explosives, so that's a good find. And then you have your red access card. So there's 3 cards in Rust, a green card, blue card, and red card. You can check out my 0 tier monument videos as well to see how you progress to the next tier each time. And for this instance, though, we use the blue card in order to gain access to the red. And there it is. It's typically on a desk. Most key cards are. And this is what everybody's after, just so they can get to the tier 2 monuments. All right. So one last thing I want to show you. It's another hot spot on the map is the water tower that you guys see me spawn on. That is another hotspot where there is 25% rat. Typically has some wood crates at the top and a military crate. So all in all, those 2 hotspots are mostly where you'll find people. Usually there's people with bolties up in the water tower, and it's super annoying. And then you come here, they mow you down, and you're like, what the hell, man? I was just trying to get some loot. But who cares? It's Rust, right? All right, so we're going to go inside this water tower right now. So I just do a little running jump. Now, if I was wearing like anything lower than 25% rad protection, I would have already started melting like 2 steps up the ladder. But since I got this hazmat suit, it's great. It's a very neutral attire you can gain in Rust. It's a good suit. It's all around really, really durable. All right, so when you get to the top, you'll circle around. You find this little opening or doorway. You got some more crates. You can ascend to the top inside the big water tank, and there it is in the center. A nice, fat military crate. Now, it's pretty cool. We got some more SMG bodies, and do remember, that's rare to find. So if you find multiple of these, like we have, like you saw in the beginning of the video, it's really, really good. You also have a flamethrower as well, so you can learn that. Obviously, there's almost 0 durability on it, but it's pretty useful when you come here. The last thing we'll cover for this monument, and I almost forgot for you guys, is the tunnel system. It has a pretty intricate tunnel system underneath. It zigs and zags, and what you'll be needing with the rest of your gear when you come here, if you want to go down there, and I'm telling you it's not safe right now. We get mowed down every time we go down there, is a flashlight. Yeah. The cool thing about this little tunnel system is that it has a bunch of random loot rolls in it. So you'll find wooden crates, and we just found out today that there's a military crate in it.
I had no idea.
We had absolutely no idea it was there. So look at, when you're trying to find the tunnel system, it's always good. I don't like the flashlight that Jade's using right now. Typically you wouldn't use that. You'd use the one at the end of your gun. When you come down here though, it's dark. Watch, turn that off. And when we go down,
where are you?
Look at this. Now imagine bringing a flashlight down here and somebody hears you running in the tunnel and then they just pop up with a double barrel shotgun. Done. So you can kind of go in and out of this tunnel however you please. I would be careful when you're trying to be Mr. Loot Goblin coming down here because you're just going to get messed up if you're not paying attention. But here's that military crate that I said that we found earlier. So that's what, 3 we found on this monument? That's crazy. Another SMG body, a muzzle brake, more scrap. You can't go wrong with the loot here. It's low tier loot and high tier loot all in the same. And you have food, water, and everything. Setting a base up around here is going to be a little hard because a lot of people camp it hard. But that's pretty much the water treatment plant in a nutshell. I mean, it's one of the biggest monuments in Rust right now. But anyways, if you guys found this information useful, drop that sub, drop that like. Expect to see more guides under my Rust Guides playlist on the channel. And as always, we are the Boyfriend Squad, J Monkey, BioLaser, and myself, Razor2, and we'll be playing the beta as much as humanly possible. I'll see you then.
Yes.
Bye.
Love ya.